Hello, my name is Parker. I use he, him pronouns, and today is day 2 of my video diaries. I have the desire to want to make a joke about not being sponsored by Nike, but I'm wearing a Nike shirt that I got from a thrift store. Actually, it's from Buffalo Exchange. I don't consider that a thrift store. Yeah, so day 2 of this project, these are the first words that I've actually said out loud this morning. So kind of interesting. I really like rituals and routines. It's an adjustment to my morning routine to include this. So today I'm trying it as one of the first things in my day. There's a cat nearby. You might hear some meows. Yeah, so I journal a lot, and so it's kind of interesting. Like yesterday I noticed that after doing that, my first 10-minute video, that there were a couple times throughout the day that I thought, oh, maybe that's something I'll talk about in a video at some point. And I generally am a list maker and like a planner, and I have like a temptation to like jot down like a list of like topic ideas or something, but I don't think that's what I want to do in this project. I don't really want to, sit down and be like, I'm going to talk about X, Y, and Z, because again, like, or what I said yesterday is the goal is to speak freely, and so I'm sure a lot of things will come up, but I want it to be more organic. So that's 2 minutes about nothing. I also, well, actually, I guess it's not nothing. I'm just talking about how this is impacting me so far. Yesterday, I also noticed that there were a few times that I wanted to see, like, how many views the video had, or things like that, and it, like, really doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, I know that I have interesting things to say at some point, and I'm putting this out there, so like, I do want to be seen, but my goal is not to like have a bunch of people watch it. Like, I don't, there's a cat. I have a complicated relationship with social media. I mean, I'm sure everyone does, but I used to manage social media in my early 20s, and I got really burnt out from that. And that was like a while ago. So things have changed even more. And I have a lot of boundaries with myself around how much that I use my phone. And I often notice like a major difference in my mental health when I spend less time on social media. So that's an extra layer to this challenge, the fact that I'm like committing to use my phone once a day, at least, well, for this. And I know that I can make the video, put it on YouTube, and that doesn't mean I have to use social media. But anyway, I guess that's all related, because I'm just thinking about, that like validation that can come from the number of views or likes or comments or internet feedback, which makes sense. And also, like, I just noticed that I feel much more fulfilled in my life when I'm getting like real life interaction and real life validation. I know there are real people on the other sides of all these things, but it's just different, yeah, so we'll see. I don't know what else to talk about. I guess I'll talk about my day yesterday. I had a day off. I have been really, one of my goals for this year was to practice resting. I do actually have a lot of, I don't know what I was about to say in that sentence. I need a lot of rest. I mean, I'm sure we all do, but I have a tendency to like fill up my schedule and go a lot. So I've been every month. I got this dry erase calendar. I actually found it for free on somebody's porch. it's clean enough. And every month I like chart out my month, and I can see like a few days in there. It's been about 1 day a week since I started this a few months ago, that where there's like absolutely nothing on my calendar. So then I will draw a big heart on it, and then on my phone calendar I'll like put a note reminder to myself to like keep that day completely open, and to not schedule things on that day. And I've been pretty good about doing that. So all that to say, yesterday actually wasn't technically one of those days because I did end up scheduling something that then got canceled, blah blah blah. But it was a day in the end where I had absolutely nothing that I had to, no obligations, which is a privilege. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I can really enjoy that, and sometimes it feels just really hard. I've gotten a lot better at spending time with myself. I generally really like being with myself, which is a change in my life, I would say. And also, yeah, it's just interesting learning about what I like. I'm house sitting right now, and so I usually don't live alone, but I live alone in this house sitting gig for a couple of weeks, and it's been interesting to notice like what I spend my time doing. I'm learning things about myself. I'm learning that I do have a lot of fun by myself. I laugh, I talk to myself. Yeah, anyway, yesterday I watched a Studio Ghibli film, the Kiki's Delivery Service is what it's called. I've actually only seen a few of those movies. Whispers of the Heart, if I'm remembering the name correctly, is the first one I ever watched, and that was a couple of weeks ago, and I loved it. Loved it. Kiki's Delivery Service, I would say I liked okay, but I had this feeling the whole time that something bad was gonna happen, and it didn't. So it was kind of I noticed that I had that thought, and I was like, oh, I must be wrong about this. But still, every scene, like every new person that the main character met, I was like, oh, here we go. This is where it's gonna get bad, and it never really did. I mean, there was a climax in the plot, but it wasn't like tragic. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if other people have had that experience. I intend to talk to one of my friends about this today, but I have not shared my thoughts with anyone else on the matter. That's something I noticed about myself. I also really don't like taking naps, but I've been underslept, so I did take a nap yesterday. I guess it was a pretty uneventful day. In the early part of the day, I was feeling a little bit anxious, and I ended up like hearing from a few friends who needed some support. So that really helped me kind of, I didn't really do much, just heard what they said and told them that I loved them. And so, but that gave me some sense of connection that I needed. Even though I needed a day alone completely to myself, I also needed, I guess, to be reminded that I'm part of a collective group of humans, that I'm not just like having my own personal solitary experience all the time. Yeah, so as this 10 minutes is wrapping up, I'm feeling a little insecure. I don't really think I talked about very much. I don't know that it was interesting, but that's not the goal. So that's 10 minutes. And I guess that's it. So, goodbye for now.